these levels, do valuations worry you?
No, they don't. For a couple of reasons. I think you're right. Obviously, emerging markets have had quite a good year, up nearly 20% in US dollar terms. I see that as basically as investors taking some money out of the more expensive markets of the US and being a little bit more concerned about political risk, both in the US and in Europe, and going into an asset class which is deeply underowned and very good value. And I think India, even though it's expensive within emerging markets, is still good value relative to a lot of other developed markets.
Jeff, TCS is the other one that we were discussing. That's issued a near profit warning. Would you sell out of your IT investments now or just keep buying at lower levels?
Okay, well, we don't have any, first of all, I just sort of declare that we don't have any exposure to the IT sector at this point in time. We did sell out about a year ago. And our view really on the IT sector is twofold. I think, first of all, generally the blue chips like TCS and Infosys, etc., are very well managed companies, and we have a lot of high regard for the management teams. The reason why we sold out, we were slightly concerned about the weak growth both in Europe and in terms of the US. One, and secondly, we were concerned about increasing competition, particularly for the large companies who are really competing against the other big companies like Accenture and IBM. So when these companies were $5 billion companies, it was much easier for them to get market share. Now that they're at $40 or $50 billion companies, it makes it much more difficult. So that was the reason why we sold out. I think sort of looking forward from here, I think it's going to be quite a tricky environment, particularly on the competition front for many of these companies, certainly the bigger companies. And I think the other thing which has obviously happened over the last 5 years is obviously valuations of the sector have gone up quite a lot. So at this point in time, we remain cautious about the sector, and we're not planning to add to our positions or start positions at this point in time.
Okay, that's unambiguous.